Two, one. Welcome back to the 110 podcast. It's your boy, Mare, the champion, the king, the GOAT. Yes, lean back while I give myself more praise. The one and only. No, that's all I got. Welcome back. It's Mare at just Mare on Instagram.
It's your boy Mick, aka Goya, aka Goya XX on Instagram.
Yes, and we're back with another episode, another great conversation for you all. I told you guys I would try to come up with another like little phrase, for the 110 listeners or for
What you
our
got?
crew. I got, you and me individually, we're like two fives, but together, we're 110. No, no, you get me? We're 110. We're the 110.
Are you saying that I'm just a five?
I'm
Is
saying
that
we're
what you're
two
saying?
fives. I mean, look, guys, you can see the YouTube. We're two fives. Let's be honest.
Okay.
We're
I
two
got one. I got one.
fives.
I got one. I
All
got
right.
one.
Oh
How much do
man.
you weigh?
I don't know, like 170 or something like
170.
that.
All right. So yeah, that don't work out
Okay.
because then that'll probably put us at just 100.
It was close, man. I'm still trying. Each week I honestly really
I
try
weigh
to think of.
280.
Ooh, so you know what I mean? You minus me. That's 110.
That's 110.
Got him. I don't know. Obviously, this is still under construction. One of these days, though, I'm gonna get a good phrase, man. I'm gonna get a good phrase. But welcome back to the 110 podcast, y'all. Glad to have y'all. All of our longtime listeners, what up? All of the YouTube viewers, what up? Um, let's just get straight into it before I knock over my whole laptop. That would be nice. Um, First off, let me start off with this, bro. Are you willing to get a ring to use for payment for your payments? Would you be down for that?
What?
Yeah,
Get a ring
a
to use?
ring to use for payment. So I'm talking
Like
about instead
like
of
bartering, like when we used to trade like chickens and goats and shit.
now I'm talking about like a ring, like an engagement ring, like a wedding band type of vibe. To be used basically for payment. So a company's coming out right now, basically with a ring that has a microchip in it that can be used like your freaking Apple Pay or your Google Pay or something like that. And so if you want to pay for something, you just put your ring up to it. Are you with it, or do you think that this is the beginning of the apocalypse? Like again, I guess.
No, because if you go with that mindset, the apocalypse been started because our phones have everything. What do you have on your wrist right now?
I got an Apple Watch. I can't lie, and
Exactly.
it tracks my heartbeat. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm
Exactly.
already in it. It reminds me though of this freaking. I watched the Michael Che show. He has like his own sketch show.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you if you watched that.
HBO Max. Have you seen it?
I watched the first episode. It was
Oh, that was
hilarious.
funny. Bruh, so later on in the season, I don't want to spoil too much for you or our listeners, but there's a specific sketch about the vaccine, right? And it's like him and a bunch of people in the barber shop and everything. And basically almost everybody is skeptical about getting the vaccine. They're talking about 5G, they're talking about how it messes you up, like, internally, whatever. And that's why they're not going to get it, right? But the main phrase that they used, which I connect to so much, is, yo, that's how they get you. You know what I mean? Like they were saying that. They're like, yeah, man, that vaccine, they got microchips in it. You know what I mean? And the other person was like, that's how they get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so, bro, I've used that phrase so many times in my life. And I guess Michael Che was like making fun of it too, because he would show different instances like back in time where people were saying the same thing. So it was like, yo, bro, the first iPhone came out, it's got a camera on it. And they're like, yo, that's how they get you. They're just like, yo, there's this thing called the credit card that we could use. It has a chip, and they're like, yo, I'm telling you, dog, that's how they get you. And it just keeps going back and further back in time to like slavery times. And it's like, just like dudes are like singing in the field and they're like, yo, stop that singing, dog. That's how they get you. Like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But yeah, that's how I kind of feel about the response to the like whole payment rings. I saw a lot of people like, yo, man, that's how they're gonna get you, man. Like they already got your credit card information and your health information and everything. Like with the ring, they're probably gonna have your fingerprint. I don't know. I personally don't
They
know.
already have your
That is
fingerprints.
true. That is true.
How do you
But
get onto your phone?
that's true. That's true. Well, now it means my face. So even
Even
worse.
worse.
Even worse. Yeah, that's why I'm not really like too skeptical about it. Um, and even if I did believe it, or even if it is true, it's like it's too late by now. Like the government knows every step I take, basically every move I make. So
They'll be
what can you do?
watching you.
What are you gonna do? But let us get straight into the shenanigans, my friend. Shout outs and shit fours for this week. So I'm continuing the whole sports vibe of shout outs this week. And I'm going for Brad Stevens because rarely do you see people fail upwards, but Brad Stevens definitely got to do that. Now, for those who don't know, Brad Stevens is the head coach of the Boston Celtics, who are currently,
Fuck those guys.
yes, exactly, who are currently now out the playoffs after getting swept by the Nets. So, usually when something like that happens, when you get swept, when your team just absolutely gets decimated, even after a good season, the best of coaches can be fired. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you see that happen within sports. They let go of the coach, they try to rebuild, they try to change things up. But somehow Brad Stevens got promoted after getting swept. So his superior, Danny Ainge, who's the president of basketball operations to the Celtics, he retires. He retired today and announced that Brad Stevens is going to be his replacement. So now the Celtics are out there looking for a coach after being so trash this year, honestly.
I mean, but they
And
made it to the
they
playoffs.
did make it to the playoffs, but they got exposed. You know what I mean? Like they got exposed for having several weaknesses. I can't lie,
Didn't they
several
play the
weaknesses.
Nets?
They did play the Nets, who's one of the best teams possibly ever played
Exactly. It's
basketball.
like what weaknesses? Your
I mean, look,
weaknesses
they
are a
still have
really good
weaknesses
team.
though. Look, a great team will expose the things that you need. You know what I mean? And it looks like, a coach was one of those things on the list. But somehow Brad Stevens comes away scot free. He gets away and gets us basically like a promotion. So I got to shout him out for the ultimate finesse, honestly. Shout out to Brad Stevens. I don't even think that he was like a great coach because he never played, man. He was one of those coaches that never ever played ball. He's like an X's and O's guys. So maybe the whole president thing will work out better for him. And then for our second shout out, big shout out, man, to my grandfather, man.
Out out.
Shout out, man. My grandpa hit me up earlier this week and said that he had listened to the pod. He said he loved me and Mick and that we both looked and sounded very intelligent, like we knew what
Your
we were talking
grandfather's
about.
very nice.
Very nice guy, man. Very nice guy. So I appreciate all that love from my grandfather. And it made me proud, man. Like he's 80, man. He's an 80-year-old man. This is probably the first podcast, he ever listened to. So it was cool to, see that, it was his grandson. You know what I mean? I'm
Yo,
pretty
what if he
proud of
hits
him.
you up? What if you listen to this one and it hits you up? Is like, I listen to podcasts all the time. What are you talking about?
Look, I will retract the statement. All right. He's
Like,
like,
what
yo,
are you
bro.
talking
Like,
about?
come on, bro. You're not as good as Rogan. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Watch all 1,500 episodes. Um,
Charlemagne in the face. Yo, what
I-
he just what if he flames you, bro?
you know what? That's love, though. That's love. That's love. Shout out to my grandpa. Hopefully, you listen to this one too, and get the love that's coming your way. So shout it out. Shout out. And now on to our shit fours. Now on to our shit fours. To take a little more serious turn, man. Um, Well, first of all, shout out to the rapper Lil Loaded who passed away over just last week. He was like an up and coming rapper. Just newly in the game, but he just got certified gold for his viral track Block Baby. So it seemed like he was kind of like on he had a trajectory going upwards, basically. It looks like he was gonna start to become a big thing. But unfortunately, he took his own life over last week. um there was a lot of questions surrounding what exactly happened, but it seemed like a source close to him revealed that he was having relationship problems, and his girl supposedly his girlfriend had cheated on him, and that kind of like really pushed him in the direction of taking his own life. um the kid was 20, he was 20 years old, man, which is super super young. But I wanted to give the shout out. I mean, I wanted to give this the shit for to the reaction that I kind of seen about this whole thing, man. Whether it was from social media or from people, that I talked to about it in person. Um, it just didn't seem like a good reaction, man. Like a lot of people were just coming at him for like, yo, your girl cheated on you, like stop being a punk and stuff like that. I told somebody about the situation, and like she called him a loser for doing such a thing and selfish. And I really wanted to just kind of bring to light that we just coming off of freaking mental health awareness month. And to be honest, man, it's like when situations like these happen, to me it's hard to judge, bro. It's hard to judge because you never ever know what a person is going through. You know what I mean? Um they can
That's
say,
true.
yeah, yeah, they could say this all happened for one reason, you know what I mean? But really it's probably the culmination of a lot of things, you know what I mean? And a lot of things that happen behind the scene. So it always gets me kind of like torn up when I hear people just like immediately just say, "Yo, you're selfish. Yo, you're a bad person. Yo, you're a punk." You know what I mean? Like for doing such a thing, man. I think that we just gotta be more sensitive, man. We gotta be more sensitive to what people are going through. Um, and especially dudes, yo. That's one thing I really pulled out of here, bro. Is like, yo, if he would have said like to his homies and shit, like, yo, my girl cheated on me, like I'm devastated, you know what I mean? Like 9 times out of 10, I feel like the homies are just like brushing it off, either like brushing his feelings off, whether they're saying, just forget the girl, man, don't even worry, just go get money, go get some other hoes or something like that. Or they'll brush it off like, man, why you so in your feelings about a girl? You know what I mean? Like, um, so I don't know. Rarely do I feel like, this there's open spaces for this type of thing, you know?
I feel you, but I mean, people are like that, bro. People are ignorant and insensitive to other people's feelings, and that's just the world. That's just the world that we live in. Unfortunately, there's no way to really stop those people.
Well, I'll tell you what,
I mean,
man.
I'm one of those people. Most of the time, I'm insensitive.
I hear you, man, but it's I think everything lives in a loop of just like correcting and recorrecting, correcting and recorrecting. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that everybody should just be just straight up silenced or feel like they can't really say what they have to say. You know what I mean? But hey, if you feel some type of way about what is being said, I feel like it should be expressed. Like, yo, man, I ain't really feel that. Yo, man, like my girlfriend cheated on me and you laughed at me. Like that was corny to me. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be just met with this like dismissal or lessening of somebody's problems. That's all I'm saying. So hopefully this teaches us something. If not, we got Naomi Osaka to try to put these things into action here, man. So Naomi Osaka over last week, she was participating. So let me back up because I don't know if everybody knows who Naomi Osaka is. Basically, she's
Yeah,
like
because I didn't.
basically she's like top two tennis player in the world, definitely top 10 tennis player. She came up because she's super like she was super young coming up, almost like comparable to Serena Venus Williams. Been playing tennis her whole life and just quickly rose up the ranks. If I'm not mistaken, she's like beaten Serena on her way to a championship already. Like she's beaten the top, you know. So she's kind of like the number one person to look at right now. So she was supposed to be a part of the French Open over last week, and before the actual event took place, she said, "Yo, listen, I'm not going to do any media right now. I'm not going to take any questions from anybody because I get really anxious. I'm not a public speaker. Like, I'm just going to take the L and not do any media. You know what I mean? Until after the event." And that kind of caused a little bit of an uproar. She got fined for this action. Um, and a lot of people like a lot of commentators and stuff were coming out against her, saying, it's not fair. Everybody is supposed to be, talking to the media and things like that. And they were kind of saying she was like being a little whiny and things like that. So going forward, she decided to be like, hey, I'm just gonna step away. So she dropped out of the tournament, and said that it was due to mental health issues and just problems. And that was it. She called it a wrap, man. So since we're still in the realm of the whole mental health thing, I wanted to know how you felt. You think that players should be can do you think that players should be allowed to decline the media
It
portion of it?
depends. It depends. I mean, she is a solo player, so there isn't a team. Nobody has given her a contract type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Besides her sponsors. So if like all of her sponsorship says, like all the sponsorship contract says, like, do media at least X amount of times wearing our logo, then yeah, she should do it. But I mean, if nothing says, you know, that she has to do it, then she shouldn't do it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's stupid that they expect players to do media. Like, I'm doing you a favor. You're not really paying me to
Yeah.
ask me questions.
Well, I guess I've always been trying to figure out that whole deal because I'm like, all right, okay, you get a contract, you're in the league and everything, right? Like, what if I have stage fright, or like what if I'm just like a regular person that's never been in front of a camera? You know what I mean? Like up until this point, like
Right.
I don't see how you could be contractually obligated to do the media, and like why not just
In her position, I don't see it either.
yeah.
But I mean, basketball players, there may be like in the contract for them to do media. Baseball players, football players, but a solo person, a golfer, a gymnast, a tennis player, I don't see it. I don't see how anybody could be like, you have to do this.
Yeah, and
Besides her own management.
yeah, just being, and even you still don't really got to do it, at
Right.
that point, man. You really don't. But it does remind me of just like Marshawn Lynch, you know what I mean? Like coming up and everything, and how he was kind of bucking the whole media system by just being like, "Hey, I'm here so I won't get fined, bro."
I don't blame them.
Yeah, not me neither, bro.
I mean, I do not blame them. I it's ridiculous that like a player could say something and it could be like taken out of context and it could end their career.
Yeah, it
So
really
I
could.
would rather not say anything.
Do you think that the athletes have any obligation to the media at all? Like.
To the media, no, but I think that players have obligations to their contract.
I feel you.
But to the media, absolutely not.
That's
They're we're the media, like, and it's not like we could just run up to somebody like, "Oh, you got to do the media, talk." Like, no,
Hey man, well, look, people are definitely getting bolder and bolder nowadays. I feel like the media is like kind of just being like, I expect you guys to talk to me. I expect you guys to want to engage with us and everything like that. It's almost It's almost sickening, man. It's almost sickening to think about, man.
Don't
But
get me started on media, bro.
as we create this piece of media right now, but I wonder, man. I think that for her to be such a young person with such a big like cachet, big like presence within the sports, within the sport right now, I think that this may lead into like a change between media and athletes, man. Um, I think at the very least, I'll just go out on a limb and try to predict. I think at the very least, like those beforehand conferences, like those beforehand, um, like press conferences, I think they might start to dwindle a little bit, man. I think they might start to dwindle.
Wow.
If really, because if I was an athlete, like I said, I'll talk to you after. I could talk to you after the game. I could talk to you after whatever gets done is done. But before, bro, like, what do we got to talk about? What you expect? You know what I mean? Just watch the game. You know what I'm gonna do. You know what I came here to do. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I think she might have an impact on that. In her statement that she posted, just saying that she would be stepping away from the court for a little bit, she kind of insinuated that in coming back, she wants to work with the league to try to better the relationship between media and the athletes. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Um, Hopefully that relationship gets a lot better. Opposite to the relationship between athletes and fans right now, especially within basketball, bro. There have been instance after instance after instance of just unruly, crazy behavior from fans, man. Um, it started with, I mean, from my personal observation, it started with the whole Atlanta Hawks versus the Knicks. Trey Young, I talked about it last pod. He's been antagonizing the Knicks. He's been, what I mean, talking trash, getting in their face and everything. And the fans are bucking right back, man. They within the games in Madison Square Garden, you heard the F Trey Young chants. You heard Trey is balding. You heard every bruh, every insult shouted at this man. And it just seems to keep like escalating and escalating. Luckily, if a person like Trey, um, he seems to love it, But we've also seen the other side of the spectrum, man. On Sunday, as the Nets walk off the TD Garden court after crushing the Celtics, um, somebody freaking chucks a water bottle straight at him, man.
Ooh,
At Kyrie
wow.
Irving. Yeah. Chuck a water bottle at him from the stands into the crowd. Oh, it's nothing? It's
Dude,
nothing?
it's I don't know. I feel like if stadiums wanted to prevent that kind of stuff, they would, but they don't
Expound,
because
expound, expound.
I, it, it causes controversy. So because it causes controversy, it gets people watching. So they could they could block off the tunnel. They could
Yeah.
block off the
Oh, like the upper. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I feel what you mean. I feel what
but
you
they
mean.
don't because they want people to yell down there to get in people's heads to make them mad.
So you think they're letting this thing is being allowed to be happen, basically, is what you're
Absolutely.
saying. Well, I mean, look, we got Philly also being a what am I trying to say, in Philly, man. Russell Westbrook got a piece of it too, man. He got popcorn poured on his head. um
Yeah, but Russ, listen, Philly and Russ
mhm.
have always had beef. Like it's not that we're in the playoffs versus
The regular
uh
season.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Washington, what's your team? Washington Wizards.
Wizards, yeah, there you
Wizards.
go.
Yeah. It's not that we're in playoffs versus the Wizards. It's not that it's Washington.
Mm.
It's Russ. Philly hates Russ.
I mean, so you're all for, so what you're saying is you're all for the antagonization from the fans.
Absolutely. It makes it
So
fun.
so you must equally be for The players running up in them stands. No,
Absolutely.
okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure,
Absolutely.
because I mean, you gotta have one with the other if that's the case, man. And
Who was it? Dennis Rodman? No,
you talk about Ron Artest
Ron
ran up
Artest.
ran up in them stands, put them hands, boy,
So
put them
yeah,
hands on somebody. But
that's that to me right there. That's entertainment.
guess when the security is gonna come though? You know what I mean? Like that's the corny part to me. The security might not come when somebody throws the water bottle at Kyrie, but best believe they come in when Kyrie goes into the stands. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
And who's gonna get fined? Kyrie.
that's true. I mean,
What's gonna happen to the fan? He's gonna get banned from watching a game ever again.
true.
Watch it on TV.
True. Well, I mean, he might be watching it from somewhere else because he is getting charged with like attempted assault or whatever too.
He's home right now. He's
Nah,
chilling.
nah, yeah, he's probably home. He's honestly home. But I honestly think, bro, it can only escalate. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that this can keep going on without it getting crazier and crazier. And I saw that last Philly game when somebody freaking ran onto the court. So they just run on straight cloud chasing. You know what I mean? Luckily, they weren't, trying to hurt anybody or anything like that.
But that was in Washington, right?
Yeah, that was in Washington. But bro, I just think that this is not going in a good direction, bro. Honestly, like I can't see where it gets better from here, where the fans keep being able to antagonize the players, and everything's just hunky dory. Like, oh, you know, we'll just tell them to be a little quieter next time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going well, bro. So I think that some more security measures might have to be taken, bro. Some more security measures might have
It's
to
not
be.
gonna happen.
Look, people are going crazy right now. You're right. It might not happen, but I think, man, people are going crazy right now, dog. Especially with the freaking pandemic and everything. I think people have a little bit of extra edge on them right now, dog. So, if we need to be prepared for that, why not, dog? Why not? Because if somebody comes up and freaking hooks Kevin Durant and all of a sudden his jaw is out of whack and he can't play the next game, that's going to be even more of a problem, man.
See, I don't see something like that happening. I don't see players trying to actually hurt people. I mean, I don't see fans actually trying to hurt people.
I mean,
They're
what do
trying
you?
to they're
They're
trying
trying to
to
embarrass,
yeah, humiliate them.
but
Have like just get in their heads. I doubt the guy that ran on the court the other day was going to do something physical. I'm sure he just wanted it for the clout.
this is my point: is that he could have. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's on the floor. He could have hit somebody. He could have done something.
Right, but could have that's it's too broad. Right now, there's a game going on, and there's fans, and the fan could take off their shoe and throw it, and
That's true.
hit Bradley Beal in the face. Like a lot could happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a heightened chance if you're on the floor, if projectiles are being thrown at the players right now. Like, you're saying, oh, he'll throw a water bottle, but not a shoe. But until somebody throws a shoe, and then it's like he'll throw a shoe, but not a brick. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where is a line drawn? Where is the line? What is too much for a fan to do? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh
and
no, I think it's too much for them to throw stuff on him.
uh,
Like I think it's wrong, but I think it's hilarious.
I mean, this is funny, man. It is. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny because you guys were getting paid millions of dollars. Like, it's not like you're getting scratches on you or anything like that. But I do worry, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it could go higher. Like I said, it just can get out of hand quickly. And now this dude running on the court is just like, I mean, of course, there's been streakers and everything in history, but this dude just like it just felt random, man. It felt too random. Like, he really just wanted the clout. He didn't even streak or anything. He just went and shot like a fake layup. Honestly, a fake layup. But Kevin Durant posted a whole big statement about it. I'll read what
Cry
he
baby Durant.
I'll read what he had to say. He says, I know that being in the house for a year and a half with the pandemic got a lot of people on edge, got a lot of people stressed out. Um, we're not animals. We're not in a circus. You coming to the game is not at all about you as a fan, which I don't know. I don't agree with that. But he says, so have some respect for the game. Have some respect for these human beings and have some respect for yourself. Your mother wouldn't be proud of you throwing water bottles at players or spitting at players or tossing uh, popcorn. So
Listen
grow
here, KD. Don't tell me what my mother's gonna be proud of or not.
that is true. Yeah, we was reaching a little bit, man. I know some unfriendlier people that would take those as fighting words, just a mention of mothers, to be honest. But I don't know. I feel KD to some degree. I don't feel him to some degree. I don't think that going to the he said you coming to the game is not at all about you as a fan.
Then what's it about?
I mean, I'm going to go watch a game, but it's like I'm as a fan. Like, what do you? I don't
Yeah.
get that.
What's it about?
And it is about me. If I don't enjoy myself, then I'm gonna be mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if that was the case, then they should just give the tickets away for free.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But
Like, it's stupid to run on to the court after paying almost $1,000 for seats to watch these playoff games.
yeah,
It's stupid,
but you did pay.
but you did pay, so I guess
And if I want courtside, damn it, I'm getting courts. I mean, on
under
court.
the net. If I want under the net seats, I'm getting them.
I'm getting them one way or the other, man. But yeah, that was a crazy thing to me, man. We'll see what happens as the playoffs keep going on. It's getting more and more intense. Oh, and I forgot one detail about this whole thing, man. So I think some of the controversy, at least with Kyrie, right, came because during one of the games against the Celtics at the TD Garden Center, Kyrie stops and like kind of kicks up the logo, the Celtics logo at midcourt. So I guess, a lot of people took that as disrespect and, they were up in arms about it. So much so that like KG, like other famous Celtics players, historical Celtics players are like ready to fight, bro. They ready to fight Kyrie over this. And that part, honestly, that part I didn't get either, dog. That part I didn't get.
What, that he stomped on the logo, or that
That somebody was
they want to fight?
they're willing to fight him over a logo. That
I
one I don't
mean,
know.
that's his crew, man. That's a team.
Bro,
That's a team that treated him well.
KG played for the Nets. Stop playing. Under Danny Ainge, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like that's the same people. That's what I'm saying. Like, why, bro? A logo. This is what I don't get, bro. This is what I don't get. Okay, I get that maybe the logo, the people in the organization may have treated you well and everything like that, but that doesn't mean that you fight for the logo. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I feel like you fight for the players.
But it's more than a logo.
It's a logo. Look, at the end of the day, bro, I'm not fighting somebody for stepping on my logo, bro. I'm not. I'm not. I'm fighting for him for disrespecting, you know what I mean, the people. I'm fighting him for
That's what it
disrespecting me.
is. That's what it is, bro. It's like he just disrespected Boston. He disrespected the Celtics. It's the same way with um was it Juju
Juju
that
Smith.
was, yeah, that was dancing on logos for his TikTok videos and stuff, and people were getting upset.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I think there's just greater things that we could be mad about in this situation. Like I don't think that Kevin Garnett should call Kyrie to his hands like for that. You know what I mean? Like you don't even play anymore. Like I know that's your squad, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess if it's so important, and it just is what it is. But we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. As the playoffs continue, maybe things will ramp up, and we'll see another freaking Ron Artest situation, or security will probably will likely happen is that security probably bolsters up a little bit, and we'll see less of these incidents. But
I don't see it.
either way, KD says it's bigger than you. And you know what else is bigger than us? Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore is a lot bigger than us. And Mount Rushmore. Come
These
on,
segues.
that was a solid
Do you
segue.
know what else is bigger than us?
You know
A
what else?
mountain.
A mountain, Mount Rushmore, mountain of faces. Dang, I thought I was doing good on that one.
Could have
Well,
said that was a mountain of a statement. Speaking of mountains,
well, it wasn't on my handy dandy paper today. It wasn't on my handy dandy paper. But speaking of mountains, um, the other day, Rap Caviar revealed their hip hop Mount Rushmore. And I definitely, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to bring it to you and see how you felt about it. The listed Mount Rushmore, remember it's four people, was Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. And they left the fourth one for, the audience to
Drake,
pick.
Kendrick, and J. Cole.
Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. So my first question is, do you agree with the three? Drake,
Mount
Kendrick,
Rushmore
and
based off of what? Off of currently in the game, like actively putting out albums, or of all time? Because I'm pretty sure that Mount Rushmore is like of all time.
I think of this.
I'm pretty sure Abe Lincoln's on there and he's dead.
Oh my god. I'm thinking that. So I'm thinking that this is a current list, and it is like separated into eras. So after Rap Caviar posted their top Mount Rushmore. Other blogs and stuff basically broke it down and tried to give a Mount Rushmore for every era. So like from 88 to 92, 93 to 97, all that stuff, right? So I think that this Mount Rushmore, if we're is talking about basically 2021 to like 2017,
Yeah,
2018.
I don't I don't like it. It's the same thing with the goat. Who's the goat? Who's the goat? Drake's the goat. Bron's the goat. Douglas is the goat. Ben Simmons is the goat. Like, no, there should only be one active goat throughout that sport.
Well,
Why are we watering down goat? Why are we watering down Mount Rushmore? Literally, Mount Rushmore was built to represent presidents that helped in the development and preservation and growth of our nation.
well, I think okay. So I think that this is a good place to have a Mount Rushmore. I mean, I think that a Mount Rushmore for hip hop is definitely dope because it kind of ties into that. If we were
Yeah,
to,
but J. Cole,
well, that's a good that's a debate. That's a debate.
Kendrick, Drake, like, come on.
Well,
Maybe Drake deserves to be up there because he paved the way for fuckboy music. But like J. Cole and Kendrick are too new.
I mean, it came around all at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. But because like Section 80 dropped to like 2011, Drake dropped to like 2010, 2009 or something like that. So they are kind of like within the same era. But I'll give you like a couple of criteria or maybe a couple labels that we can use to like put these people up here, right? So what they use to put, to make this round Rushmore is either calling somebody a pioneer, and that's one's legacy as an innovator by way of their unprecedented sound, style, or cultural impact. How great, in other words, how great was their impact on the trajectory of hip hop? That sounds like what you said about Drake. Like he was a pioneer for sad boy raps, for singing, rapping. You know what I mean? The
No,
emo.
no, no, that's not what I said.
Oh, okay. Go
I said
ahead.
fuckboy music.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd argue that maybe there was other people that might have come before that, but I feel you. I feel you. There's so we got the
But
pioneer.
Drake made it relevant. I rest my case.
Okay, well, maybe he falls in another one of these categories. So you got the pioneer, like I said. You got the king, a rapper's dominance over the hip hop landscape. Most importantly, this represents their absolute apex as well as how long the peak lasted. You know what I mean? So Drake could fall under, that as well. He's had a dominance over the hip hop landscape. We just talked last week about him getting the artist of the decade. You know what I mean? Ton of features, ton of Billboard hits. He could fall under that too. Now we also got resume. So that's an overall analysis of the career, which takes into account sales, classic albums, genre defining tracks, and a narrative, which is, a measurement of one's storybooks. Cred legitimating upbringing. I did not know that's a word, legitimating. Um,
It may not be.
yeah, but basically these things are what were used to make this make
Sounds like a spell from fucking Harry Potter.
yeah, legitimating, credit legitimating. Um, but look, I'll say this: if I were to kind of give an explanation of why I think that Rap Caviar put these people up there, Drake, of course, like I said, for changing the genre, he basically made.
Because they're dick riding.
I
But
mean,
go ahead.
yeah, I mean, all of these are dick rides. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but I can see the explanation though. Is what I'm saying. Kendrick, I put Kendrick up there because it's just off of like skill, off of just ability to rap. I don't know too many people that are better at rapping than Kendrick, um, and that just took it to that level. J. Cole, even though I love J. Cole, I've said on pod like he's my favorite rapper multiple times. I didn't put him up here because I think that as far as skill wise, he is top tier, definitely. But there are people that are better than him, and then as far as impact, it's like almost been no impact. You know what I mean?
Right.
What has J. Cole done for the game that yo, this is the Cole way, you know what I mean? Like, or this is like, well, I'm doing this because Cole did it. You know what I mean? Like you don't see that too often. So I was kind of like, I don't know if Cole should be on there. I do think Drake and Kendrick should be on there. If we're just talking about this era. Um, but a big, uproar came about because a lot of people were talking about what's up with Nicki Minaj as the fourth. How do you feel about Nicki Minaj as the fourth? Because if you asking me, sounds perfect. I'm not gonna lie,
It
sounds
makes
perfect.
sense.
It makes a ton of sense, bro. Nicki Minaj was basically the first female rapper of the 2010s era. Like, you know what I mean? Like the first
And for a
mate.
while, the only.
The only one, yeah, the only one. So she was taking over the game. She had the skill, you know what I mean, to like rap with top tier rappers, high caliber raps on songs. She had the impact. Like how many girls was calling themselves Barbies, having the pink hair, having, you know what I mean, like switching up everything, trying to match Nicki. Um, and yeah, the resume is good. You know what I mean? The resume is good too. So I was like, yo, honestly, I think she definitely deserves to be up there, man. If we're putting Drake, Kendrick, Cole, I would put Nicki there as an automatic. Are there
Right.
mhm,
So if we're putting Drake, Kendrick, Cole,
mhm,
then yes,
okay.
Nicki.
But were there any other people just off top that you thought like was a like an alternate? And I'm talking about for that era,
6ix9ine.
Oh Jesus. And the pod. And the pod. Jesus.
No, I mean, no, it makes sense. It Everything about it makes perfect sense. So
Well, let me give you a couple of that I thought personally might have been able to go up there. I had Big Sean. I had Big Sean up there. Off of skill, off of numbers.
2015, 2016, he fell off though.
Did he though? Because he was like dating Ariana
Like,
Grande.
like not that he fell off,
Mm-hmm.
like from skill. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, he
He
went
stopped making
MIA.
music. Yeah. He stopped making music type of
Gone.
thing.
Where is he?
I mean, come on. We can't do that because freaking Kendrick Cole, the frequency in which they drop their albums is crazy. Like it's like 2 albums every 5 years or something like that. Like it's,
That's true.
you know what I
That's
mean? Like
true.
so,
Yeah, but there's a lot to say when somebody comes out like hitting it hard,
mm,
and then nothing. Like Sean was doing albums and features consistently for like
for a
from
while.
2010 to 2000 what 16, 15.
That's it.
So like we expected that out of Kendrick. We expected that out of Cole. They
Yeah,
went a
because
little bit longer than what they should have, but I mean, if you're gonna come out with that heat consistently, you gotta
keep
continue.
going. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta keep
like
going.
Drake. Drake has continued one album a year.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you only missed 1 year.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely been shooting at a high clip for sure. Or I think it's like 18 months or something in between albums, but it's definitely more frequent than seeing Sean Cole,
Yeah,
even Nicki. Like it's more frequent than that.
yeah.
Yeah. So Sean, I mean,
But
but I
Nicki also stayed relevant with features.
oh yeah, for sure. The features carried her throughout like multiple years. I think multiple years she had no album, but was still on the Billboard charts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I definitely give her credit. And Uh, I just give Sean a lot of credit because he's had like hits, you know what I mean? Like actually like
No, I
hit
love
songs
Sean.
and everything too. Um, but well, if you gave me a little pushback on Sean, then you're gonna get Wale out of here, basically.
Oh no, who
You're
is
gonna
Whale?
get
No idea.
Wale out of here,
Him,
man.
Whale, and that Saudi girl gone.
Bruh, if we're talking about if you're talking about pure skill level in rapping, he's up there with all of them. With all of them. He can rap.
I don't like him, man.
He can rap,
I
bro. He
I
can
don't like
rap
him.
pure rap. I'm talking about pure rap. If we're talking about we turn to like no beats, both of you say something. Who makes it sound better wins. He raps better than Drake, Cole.
I'm not arguing with you.
I'm just saying, man. And he has hits once again too. He has all the R&B hits on Smash. He had the Lotus Flower Bomb, all
I
that.
didn't like the I don't I didn't
Uh,
like him.
well, you just you're not rocking.
There's one artist that we're not gonna agree on, and Whale is not one of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess we won't agree on this. Well, I'm going even farther then. This one was given to me by one of my coworkers who brought it up. He basically, I mean, former coworkers. This is my homie actually. What am I saying? Shout out to Dom. He freaking sent this post to me and asked me like what I thought about it and who I thought was missing. And he brought up one really good point who at first I was like, nah, but then I was like, oh, actually, this actually makes a lot of sense. He said Chief Keef. Now I know, rapping skills wise, Chief Keef may not be at the, you know what I mean, the top of the pack here. But if you're talking about sheer impact, I do think that Chief Keef is probably one of the most impactful artists of the last 10 years. Not gonna lie. Not gonna
I
lie.
I that I could agree with, but he's missing on longevity. Like, what was the last song that he
Hmm.
made?
That I don't that I do not know. Yeah, I can say yeah, as far as like his own catalog, um, yeah, he is missing that longevity, but I think that impact might make up for other, other areas and everything like that. Like, I mean, let's go back to I Don't Like, right? I Don't Like was like a one of a kind song. The man got freaking Kanye, Jada, and Big Sean on that song without a deal or anything. Like that's kind of crazy. And then he basically kind of started the whole Chicago drill vibe basically. He started that whole subgenre of music and I think that carries him a lot to whereas he could have, he retired basically at like
Yeah,
19 years old.
but using that same thought with Chief Keef,
Okay.
you could give it to 6ix9ine. You could give it to Bobby Shmurda. Like,
The no, the there's less proof with Bobby Shmurda and 6ix9ine. I think there's less proof. There's less proof. Chief Keef came out in 2012, bro, and actually, they are descendants. Bobby Shmurda and 6ix9ine to me are descendants of Chief Keef.
I'll give you Bobby Shmurda.
6ix9ine too, though.
Nah,
I think so,
it's
man. We got to think
nah.
when Chief Keef came out, right? Aggressive rap was not thriving. Aggressive rap was not thriving. This is 2011, 2012, 2013. We talk about height of Drake, Cuddy, Wale, Big Sean, Cole. Like these were the guys during that time. There was no gutter stuff like that. That's why Chief Keef sounded like so different to everybody. You know what I mean? Because he
Do
was
you
just,
remember B.O.B.?
ooh,
B.O.B. was his name?
oh yeah, yeah, yes, B.O.B. That was my guy. He was killing them though. You believe that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars.
God, such a weird
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, B.O.B. That's but that was the game back then. It was like a bunch of like skinny pants, guitars, like half singing, talking about our feelings type of rap.
Do you remember jerk music?
Jake, Jake, yeah, of course,
Oh my
huh?
god, that was a really weird time.
Look, man, that was basically like the evolution of like snap. You remember like snap music and shit, like
Yeah,
lean with it, rock with it. You know what I mean? Like that, those type of that was basically like the evolution of that, mixed with like the Bay flavors.
I'm glad. I'm glad that it didn't last.
Yeah, I'm glad that people aren't wearing neon blue skinny jeans anymore. And once
and
again,
and
hmm,
having jerk crews
yes,
and
you remember when we got kicked out the mall for having a jerk battle? Pause. I feel like it's so weird to say.
a jerk off.
You gotta relax, relax. That was
I
funny.
don't remember that
No,
because I because I
you
hope that I wasn't there.
Yeah, I think you were gone by that point, but
Good,
yeah, I
good.
remember
I'm glad.
we went to the mall and it was funny because it was like fake tough. Like it was like, yo, man, your crew about to come out here, like for real. Like y'all don't want nothing of this. Da, 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 da. Meet me at the top stairs deck near the Urban Outfitters. We gonna get popping, whatever. Da, da, da. And like we literally both pulled up to each side, and it was like it was really dancing. Like this is Grease or something. Like it's Grease, bro. That was terrible, man.
That's
That was
crazy.
terrible. But we thought we were doing something, man. And yeah, and it got so intense that we got kicked out of the mall. So oh
And you
man.
guys didn't like do it in the parking lot?
I mean, I guess it wasn't that serious to us at that time. I think once we got kicked out, it was like, all right, enough jerking
I
for
gotta call my
today.
mom. I gotta call my mom and
enough,
have her pick me up.
enough jerking for today, man. But hey, man, that was the impact, bro. That was the impact that it had on the culture, bro. And now we not now it's freaking the impact of Chief Keef, where people are just drill songs talking about, pulling up on ops. You know what I mean? Like that's that's basically the new jerking, honestly. Pulling up, running down on somebody. And I think that Chief Keef had a lot to do with that, man. So I kind of understood why my boy Dom said that he should be on the list, man. That was a good one. Is there anybody else before we move on? Is there
No,
anybody else that you think deserves to be on there? Huh?
based off of that criteria, no.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think Nikki is definitely a good call.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I think she's definitely been overlooked too many times, but like if we're talking about hip hop Mount Rushmore right now, man, like you got to bring up Nicki, bro. You got to bring up Nicki, but she was dead serious though, man. She was like tweeting other people like I know you ain't forget about Nicki Minaj. Like I think LeBron made a post about who he thought was the best, and like freaking yeah, Nicki's like, I know you ain't just forget Nicki Minaj on that. No, you ain't forget Nicki Minaj. So she was serious, man. She wants to be considered
Good.
as one of the greats, and I think look, there's sometimes where people won't give you flowers until you say something, man. It's like sometimes you just gotta say something, man. Sometimes you gotta say something. I'm trying to look for the full list because the president of TDE actually made a full list of like every like 4 years or something like that, like who they thought was the best. I'm just gonna ring off the ones at least started from 98 because this is like our time, right? So from 98 to '02, the hip hop Mount Rushmore that he has is Eminem, DMX, Nelly, and Ja Rule.
From 92 to when?
98 to 2002. Eminem, DMX, Nelly, Ja Rule. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I was a child during this point. I don't know how
Eminem, DMX, Nelly,
Nelly,
Ja
Ja
Rule.
Rule. I don't know. The only one
Yeah,
I,
that makes sense.
yeah, the only one I don't know about is Nelly. I'm sure. Look, our older 110 listeners, please school me on how deep Nelly was in the game, but I didn't know he was hip hop Mount Rushmore worthy. During this point,
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
he got a lot of. I know he got a lot of hits though, definitely. Oh
DMX, Nelly, Ja Rule, Eminem.
yeah,
That makes sense.
you're like yeah, that works. '02 to '06 is Kanye, 50, Lil Wayne, The Game. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me.
The one that I'm questioning is the game, but it makes sense.
No, the game was going crazy. '02 to '06, he's going absolutely out of his mind. Yeah, I think I'll give all of those definitely the nod. Um, '06 to '10, Ti, Jeezy, Ludacris, Rick Ross.
T.I. Ludacris, Jeezy, Rick Ross.
This one I don't know. We're talking about up to 2010, so we would have been
Well,
like
at that time, the South was running the game.
for sure. But Luda, I don't know if Luda was in that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm tripping. Luda
Yeah,
was,
I feel like Luda was earlier.
yeah, yeah, like 90-ish something.
Yeah,
Um, and Jeezy it feels like a little late for Jeezy, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like Jeezy might have been popping a little bit earlier, but
yeah, he was popping a little bit earlier, and I don't think Jeezy deserves to be on a Rushmore.
oh, why not though? I mean, he helped basically, bring about the trap movement, thug motivation.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But yeah, and like I said, from 10 to 14, oh, that's what from 2010 to 2014 is where you put Drake, Kendrick, Nicki Minaj, and J. Cole. So I like the list, man. I like the list. I
2010 to 2014, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, yeah, that's like right on the money. That's right on the money. So I guess the one for this, like for 2018, I mean 2015 through 2020, that one would be pretty tough. I don't know. I honestly don't know who I would put up there. But maybe if I were to guess, 2015 to 2020, I'll still put Drake again. I would put I might put Kendrick again too, honestly.
No,
I might put Kendrick again, man. 2015 to 2020, he put out. Well, he only put out one album, I think, actually. So never mind. No, never mind. Um, I'll put Lil Durk up there. Lil Durk, uh, Drake, Lil Durk. Um, man, I gotta think about this. I gotta think about this. Maybe next episode, y'all, I'll have like a full of my own Mount Rushmore, but probably not. It's too hard. It's too hard to think about. But while we are on hip hop legends, right? Um, LeBron brought back the shop for another season. That's his show on HBO, where he brings back a bunch of creators, managers, people just at high levels in the industry to go talk and chop it up. It's like a barbershop talk, right? So this one, man, this one was super dope because he had Jay-Z on there. He had freaking Bad Bunny on there. Like he had a lot of
bad,
stars.
bad, bad, bad.
Bad Bunny. He had a lot of stars on there, man. A lot of stars.
So I was I was reading my son a book the other
Uh,
day,
uh,
and on the book, there's like farm animals,
uh.
and they have pigs. So he's pointing at the pig. He's going. He's pointing at the bird, going chirp, 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 chirp. But then he gets to the bunny. I was not expecting this. He
Yeah.
gets to the bunny. He goes bad, 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 bad. I was dying, yo,
That's funny.
dying.
That's funny. Look, he knows, man. The only bunny we acknowledge is bad.
Exactly. Bad, 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 bad. I
That's
was like,
funny. That's my boy. That's my boy, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Bad Bunny who was on that episode, man. But one of the interesting parts of the episode was that Jay-Z kind of digs deeper into writing um not only Dre's but Snoop's vocals for the song "Still Dre." Um, that was on the 2001 soundtrack.
2001.
Yeah, so it was on the 2001 album. Definitely still a classic song, still classic verses from the both of them. And it was kind of it wasn't super well known, but anybody that did a little bit of digging knew that Jay wrote both of those verses. But he never really like dug deep into it. But he said that, so his exact quote when he was talking about, doing the songs, he was like, on the reference track, he's doing Dre and Snoop's vocals. Like, so he said he was doing like literally a live impression like of them. So he had the little Snoop voice and everything. Um, and he's like, yeah, the reference track, it sounds exactly like them. The Foxy Brown reference, I'm glad nobody got that one. So I know he did a Foxy song too. But yeah, I couldn't imagine Jay sounding like Foxy. That would have been crazy. But
What's always crazy to me is like ghostwriting with like reference tracks.
mhm.
Like that's sorry, not ghostwriting, writing, but with like also with like reference tracks. To me, it's like that. Like so, you couldn't even figure out the flow for it. Nothing.
I mean, look, bruh. You know what's funny? I actually I was chilling yesterday and chilling with somebody yesterday, and we were like just playing around doing karaoke, right? And like she was messing up a lot because even though she knew the songs, right? Reading them, when you read the bars out like on a paper or something, for some reason it's like hard to catch. Like it's kind of
Yeah,
like hard to like kind of figure out what they're saying. So I totally understand why people put out reference tracks, you know what I mean? Because this is like if you just gave me a piece of paper and told me to just rap this, I'd be like, even as a rapper, even somebody who raps, I would try, but it's still gonna be kind of hard to catch the flow. So I do understand reference tracks definitely. Um, but I would love to hear more of them, bro. I would love to hear more of them. Like every time I hear a reference track, I'm like astonished. Like, oh snap, this is like what this person's voice sounded like from at the beginning, and this is what it turned into. Um, One of my favorite reference tracks, I think, is "Work" by Rihanna. Party Next Door wrote that song, and like the original is kind of even more fire than Rihanna's version, honestly. Um, and I'm trying to think of what else other reference tracks I've really heard. I don't know. There's like a Kanye reference track. That song All Day, nigga. Like that.
yeah,
Kendrick wrote that supposedly, and like he has a reference track on that too, which is pretty fire. Um, but man, still, this is definitely probably one of the best ghost written or what I mean, written by somebody else song that I've seen, man. That's still DRE verses. Like those verses are crazy. And to think that Jay wrote two people's verse, that's nuts, bro. That's
yeah.
nuts.
He was able like to that like that's crazy to me.
It is, man. And I want to hear that reference so bad to hear Jay sounded like Dre and Snoop, bro. That is nuts to me, man.
I'm sure Dre will put it out.
Yeah, some yeah, somewhere down the line. You got to, man. Just spill it out and just for the fans, for sure, for sure. But this does bring up an interesting conversation, man, and an important one because I think that people need to learn the difference between a ghost written track and a track that has just been written. You know what I mean? Like for somebody. I'm gonna keep it super simple. Super simple. The only difference between a ghost written track and a regular written track is a name in the credits. If you got your name in the credits, you're a writer. You're just a writer. It's just a regular track. You wrote on it. You know what I mean? You can go tell people. You can go do whatever you want. You go frame it, post it,
Do
whatever.
you get royalties,
As a credited writer,
writer?
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
right.
absolutely. You get writing credits on everything. You get points on um on the track and everything like that. A ghostwriter is somebody that is not credited as a writer or the writer of the composition. Um, they still get paid, I hope.
Do you have any examples of people that have ghostwritten for big artists?
To have ghostwritten for big artists. Um, Yes, I do have one example. It's a little messy because this person is credited as a writer on the song, but is not credited for writing somebody else's verse. And that is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick, do you know the song? What is that song called? Freak. What is it called? Oh, The Recipe. The
Hmm.
Recipe is him and Dr. Dre. Women we didn't weather, women we didn't weather. That is my favorite ghost written song because like when I listen to Dre's verse, I'm like, I've never heard Dre rap like this. Like I've never heard Dre rap at this level. Like, I mean, of course, other than like you know what I mean, writing for him, but it was just so obvious that this was from Kendrick. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, yeah. But he wasn't credited as the writer of Dre's verse. You know what I mean? Like Dre is still a credited writer on there. So yeah, man, it is interesting. Have you ran into any ghostwritten songs yourself? Any like famous ghostwritten songs?
Bro, my first Drake album floated away.
Oh well, you're saying the weekend is a writer.
Yeah.
Um, Look, man, that one too is like another ghost written thing, man. Actually, I let me be transparent with you, bro. I love trying to look for ghost writers. I love trying to figure out like I listen to some verses and I'm like, I know who wrote this. I know this wasn't you. You know what I mean? Like this sounds like this person. This sounds like that person. It's way easier with singers than rappers. You know what I mean? Like the singers, you can kind of hear certain like tones or certain things that a person may do that's like only they do this. Only this one person. Only Ariana Grande does this one little vocal run. So I know she wrote this. You know what I mean for you. Um but yeah, I love looking for ghost writers. I love like looking for other writers. Some famous ones that I just know off top is like I think that song
Famous writers.
like famous like famously written songs. Yes, by famous writers, if that makes sense. You know the Rihanna song "Baby, This Is What You Came For."
Yep.
That was written by Taylor Swift. Um, yeah, I know. Very, very surprising. I'm trying to think of another one. The song "Unthinkable" by Alicia Keys. You give me a feeling that I'm not. That was written by Drake. Um, and supposedly the song by Drake, "Find Your Love," was written by Kanye. Um, and
That
Kanye,
makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you hear the "Hey, hey, hey" from
Yeah.
Kanye in the background and everything. Um, I'm trying to think of some other ones that are like really surprising. There's a bunch, man. Um,
Umbrella wasn't.
Umbrella was that's credited writer though. He was credited writer The Dream. And oh, I mean, yeah, if you talk about actually, yeah, all these songs were credited writers, but The Dream is wrote a lot of stuff, man. Um, man, it's too many songs to even name. You know, Neo,
Neo is a huge writer.
yeah, Neo wrote Irreplaceable for Beyonce.
Irreplaceable. Yep.
He wrote, bro. That's another one that's like too many to name, man. Um, one of my favorite funny ones is Lil Yachty writing the City Girls on a City Girls song, like basically one of their most famous songs. Real ass bitch, give a fuck about
Yeah.
that song.
But that makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, like when you hear, like when you like say it back, you know what I mean. You could kind of hear it in Yachty's
Yeah.
voice for sure.
Like what's crazy is that once you find out who the writer is and you go back and listen to the song, you're like, how did I not catch this since the beginning? Because when Jay-Z did the interview
Yeah.
and it was like that big announcement, I went crazy. I was like, he wrote Dre and Snoop. So I went back and listened to it. I was like, I'm an idiot. Of course I am.
Yeah, man, and of course Jay has written a lot of stuff himself. He wrote like Bugs Bunny theme song for Space Jam or something like that. He's written for like cartoons. I noticed that like there's one or two, three or four songs where Beyonce is like rapping, and I
Oh yeah.
swear it's Jay, bro. I swear it's Jay. When on the Savage remix with Meg the Stallion, he said hips tick tock when I dance. I'm on the demon time. I might start at OnlyFans. I was like, this is Jay, bro.
Yeah.
This is Jay. I'm like, this level of rapping is like, this is Jay. It's gotta be. Shout out to Beyonce, of course, of her shot, songwriting ability. But I'm like,
I mean,
that's a
when you sleep next to the writer, it's
yeah.
easy.
You gonna catch a couple
Hey,
vibes.
sweetie, this person called me good on a song. Listen to it. What do you think?
I'm gonna
I,
body everybody.
I'll have it done in 15 minutes.
Basically, it's already done. Actually, I'm just gonna tell it to you right now. Yeah, but yeah, man, I love that type of thing, man. And even myself, man, I've done.
So,
Mm,
do you think
mhm.
that Beyonce needs reference tracks?
For a rap, I
Y-
don't think so. I think that she's
Yeah,
so like I think
because
that
she knows Jay and Jay knows what she's able to do.
yeah, nah.
I feel like Jay is just like, here.
And yeah, I think he could just like say it to her, and then she'll like, all right, I know how to catch. And there, and then, and what I've noticed is that once you're musically inclined people, right? They could just catch the beats like way faster. You know what I mean? Like when I was doing the karaoke yesterday, there were songs that I had never heard before that I was doing the karaoke for, and like I was still catching the like, still like able to catch the flow pretty fast. You know what I mean? Like, so once you kind of get into like, oh, this is how they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? Then like it's pretty easy, man. It's pretty easy. But I do love like hearing about writers. I love finding out who ghost wrote this song and that. And I've ghost written a song or two myself as well, which is pretty fun. It's just, going to the studio. I need help with this and that. And, I'll just give a couple lines or whatever. Um, but yeah, that the writing thing does get sticky too, man, because if you're in the studio with me and you give me a rap. I mean, you give me a word that rhymes with free. You were like, yo, you should say tree. And I use the word tree in the song. You technically should be a writer. You know what I mean? You technically
I
should be
don't think
credited.
that.
You should be credited as a writer for real.
I don't
That's
know.
how it goes. Obviously, yes, like how you're saying I don't know, that's how it goes most of the time. It's like, oh, you gave me this word. Hey, maybe I'll break you off right here. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Like,
and,
here's $5. Like, go
but
buy a sandwich. You
but
added one word.
you can understand why people sometimes, that have added two words, a line or whatever, and then that line becomes the line. You know what I mean? Like that becomes a line in the song. That's the part where the music drops out. You can understand why people will be like, all right, dog, I need something for this. You made $1 million off of this. You know what I mean? Like, um, so it gets sticky, man. It gets sticky. I'll end it in just saying this. Make sure that you credit all writers, everybody that's involved in your projects. I know that means that you splitting the pie up, you know what I mean, even more. But look, man, these writers got to eat, man. These writers definitely got to eat,
Let
and
them eat.
you know what I mean. Just let them meet, man. Let them meet. But I swear, bro, that show, that episode of the shop was really good. He
And that's
gives,
on HBO Max, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. I've
So
been
I feel like we brought up HBO Max a few times.
2 times so far. Yeah, yeah, we got me.
HBO Max is fire.
It is. It's I
It's
actually
better than Netflix.
100%. It's HBO.
It is better than Hulu. It
Now
like
we made
no
debate.
no 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 no. At Hulu for what it is, like getting shows that are currently on TV onto a streaming platform, it's dope.
Yes.
But HBO is eating every streaming service's cookies.
Why is that? You say
Why?
yes.
Because they have such a wide variety of just shows, like from like the early 80s to like now. They're getting movie premieres, they're getting their own originals, which HBO's originals have always been fire.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Speaking of that, Mayor of Easttown, have you seen it?
I never even heard of it.
Mayor of Easttown is based in it. Supposedly, it's based in Delaware County,
Huh,
Pennsylvania.
okay.
They do. They did such a good job on just like studying like where they were. They they drink Wawa coffee.
Wow,
They eat Wawa hoagies,
that's
and they
fine.
call them hoagies. And they don't say hoagie; they say hoagies. Like,
Peggy
yeah,
with the
with
accent.
like, yeah, the show is like super, super, super like correct. I think that they overdo the accent a lot,
Mm.
but it's super accurate, and it's a really good show. It just ended, and listen, I'm not gonna give anything away,
Well, what's it
but
about? You didn't even say what it's about.
what is it about? It is about a detective, a female detective that is played by Kate Winslet.
Okay,
You know who Kate Winslet is, right?
kind of. Yeah.
Titanic, Paint Me Like One of Your French.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she's so the detective is like super like disgruntled. I want to say
Okay.
she had recently lost her son to suicide. She lives in a small town that drugs is rampant, um, and she's working a case where a young woman went missing,
I see.
and the first episode starts off with another young woman getting killed, and it so the entire show is based off of that murder.
I see. Oh man, that sounds like
So now
it's
we
good.
have a young woman that's been missing for a year, and another young woman
That just
that was just murdered.
so just like a drama trying to get to the bottom of it type of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I like that. I might have to check it out, man. The first time that I used HBO Max actually was in my vacation in freaking in AC, right? And I think I told you mentioned this on the pod already. Is like I was in AC from Friday to Sunday, and
For people that are not from the area,
oh,
AC
Atlantic City. I'm sorry.
stands for Atlantic City.
Jeez, I'm sorry, all of our Wisconsin listeners. I was in Atlantic City, um, New Jersey. But yeah, I was there from Friday to Sunday, right? And I didn't find out that the person that whose Airbnb I was staying in had HBO Max until like Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and I was so mad, bro. I'm like, I could have been on HBO Max this whole time. I probably wouldn't have gone to the beach or anything. I probably would have just stayed in the Airbnb and watched HBO Max the whole time. That's how the only thing that I ended up watching on there was the whole season of the Michael Che show, and it had me super 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 cracking up. So when I got home, I was like, I'm going to hold out a little bit more on HBO Max and then get a free trial like in like next month or something like that, and just stack up on movies for like a week at least, and then I'll decide where to go from there. Basically, that's usually my protocol when it comes to getting a new streaming service, man.
Yeah,
Because
but this isn't just your regular streaming service. This is the shit.
so
This
I'm
is
telling you this. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I
what's
got
up.
I got Netflix. I got
Gone, gone.
I was gonna say I got Netflix. I got Hulu. I got Disney Plus. What goes?
Do you really watch Disney movies?
No, I don't.
Exactly. So HBO Max is very expensive.
Yes, it's like 14, right?
It's almost like 17.
Oh, yeesh.
So get rid of Netflix, Disney Plus. That opens up
Keep
everything.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I so I'm I'm the type of guy that like if a new streaming service comes out, I have to try it.
Mm.
So I get the free trial and then I never cancel it. So I have
Uh
everything. I have Amazon Prime.
oh, I got Prime too. I forgot.
I have Amazon Prime, Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
Disney Plus. Um,
Don't,
what
don't tell me you got Peacock or something.
I got Peacock.
Oh my gosh,
Um, what's the other ones that I don't even
I
use?
don't even know.
So and then I got a Plex account
All right, man. All right.
that luckily I don't pay for that. Shout
Okay.
out to Rob.
Salute.
He like completely cooked me up with the server. Shout out to him. But then through Amazon Prime, I have CBS Access. Oh, and I have ESPN Plus.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you playing no games, bro. You better not miss a
And
freaking
I
thing.
watch only and I go on a rotation where I only watch that one streaming
Just
service.
one, yeah, I feel you on that too. I'm like the same way. I'm the same way. It's like, all right, if I'm on a Netflix wave, I'm on a Netflix wave. I'm on a Hulu wave, I'm on a Hulu wave. But man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm only keeping Netflix because my aunt and my coworker are on my accounts. And like I literally have no ties. I haven't been on Netflix in months, bro. In months. And then if
So, Auntie, what does she watch on Netflix though?
just move like every once in a while, whatever cool movies come out or something like that. Like, but nothing too crazy. Oh, my uncle watches a lot of action movies. That's his thing. He loves action movies.
HBO, bro.
Yeah.
HBO.
So
HBO, holla at us. I am promoting your shit right now, bro.
yeah, we need
And
to.
I'll even do it for cheap. I'll do
Yeah.
it for two memberships to HBO Max for a year.
Dang, that's a good deal, HBO. Look, holla at us, dog. Holla at us. I would like two HBO Maxes as well. If
Well,
you
no,
give
I
me that.
asked for two because then you get
Oh, you mean
one.
me? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Why
Okay.
would I need two?
Hey, just in case you can deal one out. You know what I'm saying? Get your money back. No.
And we just lost a sponsorship.
You didn't hear that, HBO. You didn't hear that. But nah, man, I'm rocking with the HBO Max, man. I still have held off on getting the free trial because, like I said, I want to now I need to make sure my whole week that I have it just filled with like stuff I want to watch. That's my thing, man. That is my thing. But I'll definitely check out Mayor of Easttown, right?
Mare, Mare.
Oh, Mayor of
Yeah,
Easttown.
Mare.
Okay,
Mare.
okay,
Mare of Easttown. Super good show. And SNL did a parody on it.
okay. All right. Was it last week?
When Elon Musk was on.
Okay, I think so. I seen it. I probably didn't even understand what was going on at
Yeah,
at that point.
probably.
But yeah, man, definitely gonna check that out. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, you got any ask Reddits for me today, my friend?
A fight broke out at the Wizards game.
Oh my gosh. Who?
Russ is involved. I think a fan may have been involved.
Ah! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I was talking and bouncing back and forth, but
Mm.
like security was running down the tunnel towards the Wizards thing, and Russ was like moving around, pushing around. I completely missed it.
Wow. Look, all I'm gonna say, if it's a fan, man, if it's a fan, you can't get any better than this, man. It's just what I was saying. It's just what I was saying. Now I
Let's
gotta go.
pause it real quick.
Yeah, now I gotta go to the timeline, see what's going on right now. Hold on. And we are back. I don't know if that was a false alarm, but I did see, bro, that there's a little bit of fighting in the Atlanta Hawks game right now. It is getting a little busy. I can't lie. I can't lie. So, hey, look, these playoffs are tense, bro. These
Getting
playoffs are
exciting.
tense. I like it, man. We're getting a little chippy. Let's do it, man. Let's get to the end and fight for the champion right here. Fight for the champion. So let's get on to our final segment. One of my favorites. It's Ask Reddit. Asked 110 from Reddit via Reddit. I still haven't gotten a good name.
Axe Reddit via 110
There we
would
go.
probably be.
We'll get some. We'll get something smooth. We'll get something smooth to go in there. We're not great with names, guys. We chose 110 because you know what I mean. It's like literally the truth. You know, like it wasn't like some creative name. You know, it was just it's where we're from, man. But all right, get on with our Ask Reddits for this
So
week.
these Ask Reddits are very personal,
Oh man, okay.
very personal,
I'm a person.
and you're allowed to veto if you like.
All right, let's see. Bring it on.
All right. So in the current stage of your life,
Okay.
what has changed about how you feel when someone of the desired sex is attracted to you?
Ooh, what has changed like in
Like
as I've
confidence
gotten
wise,
older?
like
All right, yeah, I could definitely say, well, since you said confidence, I'll definitely say confidence is definitely one of them. I think before I used to be like super like you like me? Like, why do you like me? Why do you
Ew,
like
you
me?
got
Yeah,
deep.
yeah. Like, why do you like me? Why do you even like me? Things like that. And I still am to some degree now. Like, why do you even like me? I'm like, why do you even like? But I will say that I, have gained more confidence in myself. I kind of started to understand why girls like me and things like that a little bit more. Um, and then also just how I feel. What has changed? Like, I think I'm more upfront, man. Like, I think that like in the past, I used to be super beat around the bush, super like I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. And I remember a lot of conversations between you and I, man, where you're just like, yo, don't beat around the bush. Like, don't even stop beating around the bush. Like, just say this or that. So now I'm getting now at my big age now, I'm getting a little better at doing those type of things. Only because it's just as you get older, you feel like you have to, man. It's like you don't really got as much time to waste. So I'd say that. I'd say that.
Okay.
Conti- All right.
So, what's your
Mm.
it didn't kill me, but something inside of me died that day moment?
Phew. It didn't kill me, but something inside of me died that day moment. Dang. All right. I mean, I'll definitely be transparent. You know what I mean? And this is definitely like a bad moment in my life. Something bad that I did. I'm not proud of. That you know, I would. I want to be a teaching moment for other people, man. So it was like one of these times I was mad young. I was like 16, 17 or something like that. And I went to prom with a girl. And we had a great time at prom, but I think towards the end we were just like kind of getting into arguments. Like it used to be my girlfriend, but we broke up. But we kind of
Why'd you
got
say girlfriend like that?
girlfriend. I don't know. I said it like a
Girlfriend.
girlfriend. But we broke up, and we basically like got back together to go to the prom. And towards the end, I was like being in my feelings, like trying to figure out, yo, like why did we break up? Like why did you just even, what's the problem? Things like that. Um, and either way, I rode with her in her car. So she was taking me home and everything, and she was like, "Yo, uh, you know what? I'm like asking her all these questions, keep pressing, 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 pressing. Like, and I knew I shouldn't have been pressing. I knew it was too many questions to ask. Like, nothing, not saying anything offensive or like berating her or anything, but I was just trying to get the answer, like to why these things was going on. And she was like, "Yo, just get out, yo, like." Get out the car. And like for a second I was like, nah, I'm not getting out, like I'm going to just stay in and do and until we figure this out. And she called me a monster, yo. She was like, I remember she started like tearing up. I was like, yo, you're a monster. And I just remember like that day, like being like it felt like my innocence was gone, or like I guess even the view that I had of myself had changed. You know what I mean? Like,
She
um,
called you a monster?
yeah, I started like I think from that moment on, I really started at the very least considering what others may think about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like about my actions. I think before that moment I was only concerned about what I wanted and what was good for me, or that's why I was pressing her, because I wanted the answers for me. It makes me feel good. But I think that notion, and at least that level of selfishness had kind of died that moment. Once I was like called a monster, because I just realized you can't continue like that. You know what I mean? Like I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one though. Dang, that was deep.
Now,
Hmm.
what's the most psycho case of playing the victim you've ever seen?
Ooh, playing the victim that I ever seen. Oh man, this one's got to be vetoable. Vetoable. Playing the victim. I
I,
gotta. Hmm?
my answer, if this was my question, I
Go
would
ahead.
probably veto it.
Oh, I thought you was gonna give an example.
No, I
Psycho
can't.
case. Psycho case of playing the victim. I gotta give like a lighter. I gotta give like a lighter case. I can't give like a deep psycho case of
You don't have
playing.
to give names.
All right. Okay, I'll give this one. I'll give this one. I still don't know if this is true. So to this young lady, I apologize if I am incorrect in what I'm saying. But when I was in college, man, when I was in college, there was a girl that used to say that she's like allergic to weed, right? She would say that, yeah, exactly. That the same face that you were giving was the same face that me, all my friends gave. We're like, are you really like how do you know? Like, you know what I mean? Which is messed up. We shouldn't have said that. We should have just taken her at her word. But we definitely like were super, super skeptical, like enough to even s- like smoke in front of her, try to freaking blow in her face and everything like that. And bruh,
What are you
she
trying to
like,
kill this girl?
yeah, basically she like really had a real reaction to it. But I still don't know. I still don't know. I still don't know. Um Dang, I have a worse one than that, but I just don't want to give it up, bro. I don't want to. I'll tell you when we get out of here, bro. I will tell you when we get out of
I
here.
hate when people like when I used to smoke cigarettes.
Mm.
I hate when people like
Yeah.
like, yo, ask me to move.
You know what's worse, bro? To me, what was worse to me is people doing that off of vapes. I'm like, bro, what are you coughing for?
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is vape.
Off of vapes.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Yo,
killing me.
I hated that. That would make me want to chain smoke in front of them.
Yeah, but not too often. I I always say this, man, is that I'm pretty gullible. So like, if you tell me something, like if you are saying that you are claiming that you were a victim of something, like 99.9 99.9% of the time, I'm just gonna like automatically wholeheartedly believe you. You know what I mean? So you could be lying to me. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, oh dang, that's bad. Like I really feel bad. Is there anything I could do? You know what I mean? So I think that's why it
You
hasn't
are
happened.
gullible.
Yeah, I am, bro. I think that's why it hasn't happened too much to me because I just believe everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody definitely pump faked me somewhere around along the lines. But man, definitely some good Ask Reddit questions, man. You digging deep. I gotta come back with something good for next week for sure. But look, man, that's the end of my papers. Um, that's all I got for the week. I say we ended off on a high note, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our 110 listeners for just being a part of our adventure, man. Like, you know, we're coming up on our year anniversary. We're coming up on our 52nd episode, which I guess is the year episode. I mean, I know we're on like 40 right now. I'm just saying we coming up on 52 episodes, which is when I feel like we should mark a year because that's a year's worth of episodes. You know what I mean? Like, no, no,
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get there, but like you're
yeah.
making it seem like it's like next.
It's right across it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, it might be like after the summer that we actually that we actually touched that episode, but we are approaching a year swiftly, and I just want to thank everybody that's been listening, commenting, the people that have just been texting us, everybody that jumped, when we jumped on YouTube, they jumped with us. Thank you.
yo, I've gotten mad messages like you're finally on YouTube. Thank you. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I didn't realize how much
do
people
you
love you.
not have Spotify?
Yeah, that's all, man. I didn't realize how much people wanted to see our mugs, man. But I appreciate every single one of y'all for real. Like it really does mean a lot. Um, shout out again to my grandpa, 80 years old, man.
Shout out, Grandpa.
Listening to us pod, bro. I definitely gotta cut out
N-
my curse words now.
When your dad listens, that'll be fire.
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire. And then we're gonna get them on here, talk about some health stuff, man. But if that's all we got for today, it's your boys Marb at just Marb on Instagram.
And it's your boy Mick, aka iGoya XX on Instagram. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a way that we could, use our name, wisely or not wisely, witty, a witty way for us to use our name, let us know because that'd be
also,
dope.
if you got HBO Max, Hulu passwords that you're trying to send over, I need that HBO Max password. That's all I'm saying. Send over. Put it in the comments. I'm not going to
Yeah.
share it with anybody.
But thank you so much. Holla at your boys. We out.
Peace.